Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio everybody. What is going on? It is Galeriot here, and today we're back again with another Danmachi Memoria Freese video, and we're going to be ranking all the Hero Festas units in order. The first ranking is going to be based on performance solely, so we're going to take a look at the units' performance in both PvP and PvE, and we're going to rank the Hero Festas accordingly. And then in the second half of the video, we're going to be doing another ranking, the second ranking, and that ranking is going to be based on appearance solely. So of course, if you guys going to enjoy today's video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi and Danmemo content, and let me know in the comment section down below what are your rankings looking like. Where would you guys place all these Hero Festas, and who's your favorite Hero Festa and who's your least favorite Hero Festa? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say down below. Now, I wouldn't stress too much about trying to identify where I'm doing the performance one or the appearance one. I will be leaving timestamps down below in the description, and there will be chapters in this video, so you guys don't have to worry about trying to figure out, oh, the performance ranking is here, no, the appearance ranking is here. No, don't worry about that. I will be leaving chapters and timestamps down below in the description so you guys can identify where each ranking is. Now, let's kickstart off with the ranking based on performance. Now this is going to be very interesting because we're up to 9 Hero Festas now. We were originally at 6, and if we go back and look at my old ranking, which I will admit even I don't know which one is which, but I think this is my performance based ranking if I'm not mistaken. So I had Bell at the highest, then Ryu, then Elise, then Alan, then Otaro, and then Astreus. I can already tell you based on this alone, I'd probably make some changes, to be quite honest. I would genuinely make some changes here already, and we're gonna implement those changes in this video itself. Now, the first ranking we're gonna do is, of course, for rank number 9, Astreus goes back down to the bottom, bro. I'm so sorry, Astreus. You were power crept really badly. The problem is, right, with Astreus is he's still good. Don't get me wrong, he's still good. I wouldn't necessarily say he's a game changer for PvE contents. He's okay. He's good enough to be a unit considered for like AoE stages that require a dark unit. But outside of that, he's not a monster like the likes of Light Bell or anybody else, or even Fire Elise, in my personal opinion. I feel like the other Hero Festas, right, you can use them in many spots, but Astreus, I don't think he's that great for PvE, and in PvP, I feel like he's just been outclassed and outmatched by all the recent releases we've had in the game. So for me, Astreus goes down to the very bottom. At number 8, I was originally considering putting him higher, but I think Otaro goes to number 8. And I think a lot of like competitive players might disagree with me on this one, but I don't know, man. I don't find an issue facing off against Otaro at all. The only issue that he really gives a player like me or anybody else is probably from an ailment perspective. But if you give the units the right ailment, sort of like, you know, equipment, like an Ontario with seal, or a glorious anklet with seal res or something like that, right? And then on top of that, if you give the units the right assist, times 4 null ailment assist, or times 3 null ailment assist, or even if you have a unit like Lily, for example, the brand new Lily we got as part of the 6th anniversary, the non-time limited Lily, who can also give us a null ailment as an instant effect, I think Otaro's usage has, you know, been decreased a little bit when it comes from a PvP perspective. That being said, though, he's still really solid on a PvE perspective. Probably one of the strongest, PvE units that the Earth team has. Because, to be quite honest, the Earth team is lacking a little bit, I would say, when it comes from a PvE standpoint. You know, the Earth team is really solid defensively and very strong, you know, in PvP. But in PvE, it's not so much the case, in all honesty. I feel like the Earth team is quite weak on a PvE standpoint. So for me, Otaro goes to number 8. At number 7, I think I'm gonna put Ryu for now. And the reason why I want to put Ryu at number 7, which is a big drop off arguably from the position that I gave her in my last Hero Festa ranking, which was, when was this? This was April 12th. We did this on April 12th, nearly 3 to 4 months ago, and this is the difference we've had already. I think the meta has shifted quite drastically, and with the introduction of certain units and certain team compositions, I feel like Ryu has gone down a little bit. Now, I will say this, with the introduction of this dude, there is a chance she might go a little bit higher, and it's the same with Otaro as well. Not so much Astreus, I would say, but with the introduction of this guy, I think you could argue that she could go up to 6 or 5 depending on what you are using as a team option. But I feel like I feel like she is at number 7. Now, that's not to say that these units are bad, by the way. These guys are still the tippity top of the best units in the game, pretty much. You should go and check out my tier list video I did yesterday, where I ranked everybody based on, you know, just tiers, basically. Triple S, double S, S, and so on and so forth. A majority of these guys are in triple S still. They're still very dominant. It's just that compared to the other Hero Festas, I feel like Ryu is a little bit lower down, and I will be placing Alan above her. I cannot tell you how annoying the counter team has been with Alan and Light Bell and Light Finn. In all honesty, it's been a menace to face off against. And of course, I've been using him in certain PvE stages recently, of course some 7 zone stages, but along with 7 zone we obviously have the 6 ring seed stage, and I feel like Alan has just been a menace. He's been so good in those positions that I have to place him at number 6. You know, I think it took a while for people to get used to Alan, but Alan is, I have to admit, he's not as much of a fraud as I thought he was, to be quite honest. His fraud percentage has gone from like 70% to like 40%. He still can be a little bit of a fraud. If you can't use him in the right position, he is still a little bit of a fraud, but I feel like a lot of people underestimated him when he first released, including myself. I genuinely think he's really solid. So I will place Alan at number 6 for now. The next position I'm gonna go for is number 5. And at number 5, I'm gonna put Hero Festa Water Bell. Water Bell is unbelievably strong, by the way, in PvP. He is so tanky. He's so tanky. He's usually the last one to survive. Now, the only weaknesses he truly has is from thunder units, in my personal opinion, and that's because it's inherently that weakness is there, of course, right? He doesn't give himself thunder res or anything of that sort. But because, of course, the PvP meta is otherwise dominated by the likes of fire units, thunder units, some earth units, against 90% of the teams, he's absolutely fine. It's just that when a team has a thunder unit like Lafia, like Alan, like Lyra, or like even SO13 Lafia, you're gonna run into a little bit of an issue where he'll take a lot of damage, and that's where he can be a little bit weak. But otherwise, if you look at his kit, what he does, what he's capable of doing, of course, right? Because remember, what he does for the team is immense, because first and foremost, he gives all the allies damage reduction. Forget what he does for himself, because he gives himself, of course, fire, earth res, light res, and stuff like that, right? But what he does for the team, he gives, obviously, like I said, he gives damage reduction by 40% from single and AoE attacks, right? So that helps out massively, of course. Then on his additional action, he's got a good amount of agility control there. He gives himself and the team a total of like 8 debuffs and buffs equivalent. So it is insane. He gives like 4 debuffs to the enemy, 4 buffs to himself and the allies as well, which is really solid. And then on his second skill, he reduces the opponent's magic and physical res, of course, which allows them to deal more damage and the rest of the team to deal more damage. And then he also removes any form of S tier magic, dexterity, endurance, and agility buffs as well, making him a fantastic option for the rest of the team and for the rest of the fight. He is a very solid unit, and for me, he is easily slotting into number 5 as the best of the rest, in my personal opinion, because beyond this point, we have the best units in the game, in my personal opinion. By far and away, the best units in the game. And at number 4, I'm going to be placing Lafia. Now, the reason why I'm putting Lafia at number 4 and not higher, even though I've, granted her the honor of being pretty much a replacement to Vesta, and we know how good Vesta was, the problem is that you could easily find a replacement for her in Vesta. And I think that's the issue. Like, she is really strong still. She is extremely powerful, don't get me wrong. But the reason why she doesn't go higher than this is because what she does for the team can be done by other units now as well. However, that being said though, she is still a dominant force and an unbelievable unit to have for the team. Very powerful, very strong. Her ability to have a slow magic attack paired with, of course, the fact that she can obviously remove agility buffs and everything makes her a phenomenal option, especially because she will go last more often than not. Even with an Entario, if you put an Entario on her, she will go last easily by far and away. And especially if she goes up against an Entario enemy as well, and she has an Entario, she's still gonna go last the way they've designed her ability, right? So it makes her a very, very, very valuable unit in that regards, of course, to go up against any team possible. And it helps all the other magic units that are, she's going to be pairing up with. So that gives her a added bonus and an added advantage, of course, right? So at number 4, I am going to be placing Lafia. At number 3, now this is where I'm uncertain. So the other spot I was kind of uncertain on was number 6 and 7, whether I should put Ryu higher. Am I disrespecting Ryu a little bit? My other, concerning spot, and I'm not too sure about this one, is between these two, Alize and Belle, and I'm not sure who to place higher than the other. I feel like both are phenomenal units in their own right still to this day. It's insane how strong Belle is, and the reason why I'm placing Belle so high is not just only because of his PvE performance. Don't get me wrong, his PvE performance is still one of the best. It's only just been outmatched by the unit that's still not been ranked at the very bottom, but otherwise, he is still one of the best units in the game by far and away when it comes to PvE contents. But that doesn't mean Alize is not good at PvE either. She's such a great unit. She can fit any magic setup where you want to run a magic sort of like PvE team. She will fit in that team very, very easily as well. She's so good. The SA gate charge, the resistance debuffs and everything. She is so, so good for the team. And then if you look at it from a PvP perspective, Lightbell is still no slouch either. He's still a world beater when it comes to PvP standpoints. I mean, I've been facing certain teams in this wargame season, and I've been seeing so many physical counter teams, and he's still the front and center of that team alongside Hero Festa Allen and obviously the 5th anniversary Finn, of course, right? Which means that he's still got that position to be in that sort of a team, right? IMO, I think I'm happy with this positioning. I was thinking of changing Alize and putting her higher, but I think I'm going to put Belle higher. And the reason why I want to put Belle a little bit higher is because Alize is still good. Don't get me wrong. She's still a phenomenal unit. I use her in the team that I'm using right now to get myself a little bit higher in war games. I'm in Jester 3 right now. I just got to Jester in the morning. I did my runs and I got to Jester, thankfully. And I feel like Alize is still a very powerful unit. But both Alize and Light Bell face an issue from this Hero Festa Bell. And I feel like Alize faces a slight bit more issue to Bell, in my personal opinion. Because the physical team, from what I've seen, just is unbelievably strong. Even with the fact that, this unit can give light res and just scurper some plans, basically. But yeah, I think I would place Bell higher a little bit more than Alize. And Alize also, unfortunately, while she does obviously have Justice Oath, which gives the magic null times 2, which in theory with all the brand new magic units should be amazing, I feel like it's easy to get around it, in all honesty. I feel like it's not really that much of an issue. So I'm going to put her in 3 right now. I feel like she's good in 3. But I think this is very interchangeable. I think it's just dependent from person to person and experience to experience. But I feel like these two are very interchangeable. But ranking supreme and on top, easily by far and away, Hero Festa Eyes. Honestly, what an amazing unit. Probably the most broken unit they've released. In terms of damage output and everything, she is unbelievable. Like, we were doing her showcase, right, the other day. You guys can go and check it out, check out that video. When we talk about her from a PvE standpoint, first and foremost, right, you've already seen the numbers that she's able to pull off based on her kit alone, right? The numbers that that is on her kit is insane. 300% extra damage on her single target 3rd skill. Her special arts is 240%, and it has so much damage. And then it has an additional action that can deal even more damage as well. And then when we put her in the showcase, right? And of course, in that showcase, she wasn't even at her peak performance because she only had minus 20% magic res on the enemy, whereas Belle had minus 25%. And I think there were some discrepancies on the SR and magic bonuses that they were getting. Eyes was able to deal the same amount of damage as Belle and even more at times as well, which was insane because Belle had a minus 25% physical res. And I think if I look at my team, right, I still think I have the team on me in my game right now. And I think Belle also had a 25% STR bonus attached to him, whereas Eyes was only getting like a 10% magic bonus as well. And she was still outputting either the same or higher amounts of damage. Furthermore, you tack on the fact that she's able to, give additional actions that will deal even more damage as well. It's insane. It is honestly insane how good she is. in my personal opinion, you will run both units at the same time, because the light magic single target team and PvE team isn't all there yet. You obviously have the Asfi from the Valhalla Panic event, right? She's obviously there as a great option to run alongside Eyes, right? But generally speaking, if you look at the other light magic options, there aren't that many of them. But if you run her alongside the light PvE team, she is going to still be by far and away the strongest unit to run into the game, basically. So let me have a look and see really quickly. I want to just check this. I want to see what the team is looking like and what the units were having, because I think Bell had the 25% magic bonus, STR bonus. Yes, he did. He did have the STR bonus, because he got a 25% STR from, of course, Erebus that I gave him, basically. The Erebus that I gave him gave 25% STR to Bell. So, again, a monster unit from a PvE standpoint. And then we come to PvP, and she's unbelievable. She's dealing 50,000 damage to players. Guys, I don't know if you're understanding this. Players have a maximum of like 6,000, 8,000, or 9,000 HP at most. Maybe 10,000 if you're lucky, but they don't have any more than that. The barriers give a maximum of like 12,000, 13,000 HP, guys. This is ridiculous as to how much damage she's outputting. Now, of course, you need to set it up to get to that point. You need to launch it on turn 2. But the thing is, she does such a good job with it that you're gonna get it off, basically, no matter what. And she's gonna deal that damage. It's a matter of trying to get her to go first, basically, on the second turn to make sure she's pulling it off. Insane unit. Honestly, insane unit. I love the way they've gone about, with her kit, to be quite honest. It is insane how good and strong she is, honestly. But yeah, I think this is my performance-based ranking. I think I'm happy with it. Like I said, the only thing is I've probably interchanged one or two of the positions, but I think otherwise I'm pretty much happy with where I've placed every single unit. Of course, let me know in the comments where would you guys place your performance-based ranking, because now we're gonna be going into the appearance-based ranking. And if I go over here, right, I'm gonna check out what my appearance based looks like. So this one is, of course, this is, I think, based on I feel like community response. I feel like I don't think that was performance based. I don't think that was performance based. Where's my appearance based? I don't know where my appearance based is. I don't even know if I did an appearance based one last time round, but we'll do an appearance based one right now. And for me, I think appearance wise, Alan goes to like second place, I think, at least. I want to say, ooh, this is gonna be hard. I think Eyes stays at first. I really like the animation they've gone for Eyes. No, I think Alan goes above. Alan's appearance is so good still, in my personal opinion. The way they did Alan's design is beautiful. Otarl goes to the bottom. I don't really like Otarl's. Ryu goes higher, I feel. Lafia goes down. Bell also goes down, I feel. I feel like Water Bell is okay. I really like Light Bell. But I think Elise is gonna go up. I think this is how I would do my appearance-based ranking, I feel. I think, yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm very, very happy with this. Alan's design is top tier. The way they went with the blue electricity and everything was gorgeous, in all honesty. It was simply gorgeous. And then Eyes obviously goes up into second. Elise is really good as well, in my personal opinion. Light Bell may be very simple, but I love the way his the sword is glowing and everything. It's a very simple but an amazing design, obviously correlating to what happens in that sequence of events that he is, of course, based off of, right? And then Ryu is, of course, really solid as well. Bell and Lafia, the only reason why I'm placing them at 6 and 7 is I feel like their designs are really nice, but I feel it's also a little bit simpler compared to the I would say arguably a little bit more extravagant designs that we've had with the other units, of course, right? Astreus is very solid. I really like the colors, of course. I'm a big fan of purple, but I don't know why I want to put him at an 8 rather than higher. I don't know. There's something not clicking for me when it comes to Astreus. Otarl is too basic, man. I don't really like Otarl's design that much. I feel like they could have done a better job with Otarl's design. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of the appearance-based ranking as well as the performance-based ranking. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi and Danmachi Memoria Freese content. And let me know in the comment section down below, what are your rankings looking like. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.